Hey, it's episode 27 of my blind RS3 Ironman playthrough. This episode is almost totally focused on necromancy, but let's just review the state of the candy loop tracker. Completing all quests in release order is way on the back burner right now. I'm mostly going to be focusing on necromancy quests, which are the most recently released quests in the game, obviously. Even while I'm enjoying necromancy, I can't escape dailies, weeklies, and monthlies. Those are always a thing I have to do. Still trying to get a set of 6 Zygamites that have Studly, Joyful, and Immune traits at the player-owned farm to greatly cut down on the amount of daily work I have to do with gathering Mortmire fungus to feed my Zygamites. I eventually want to farm some dragons for dragon eggs for the player-owned farm. And the main focus of this episode is leveling up necromancy as much as possible before a ritual XP nerf comes in. I started necromancy a week before that nerf, so I'm playing this really hard. I'm in like maximum FOMO mode. I guess related to leveling up necromancy, I also want to get necromancy gear upgrades as soon as they become available and do quests whenever they're required. Speaking of quests, this episode has 3 of them. As usual, I'm including the entire unedited quest if you're interested in seeing it, but I'll also have a time code in the description for each quest if you want to skip through the unedited part and just hear a quick summary of what happens. Cool, let's get to the episode. Hey, I'm doing my dailies. I'm going to get back on necromancy. You might notice the resolution is higher. I'm going to try recording at this for a bit. I've tried before and the quality has not been great, but we'll see if it can work. Building a medium paddock finally while I'm here. Don't have any medium creatures. That's Jadinkos, but I might be able to get some. I'm going to do the troll invasion monthly, so I'm trying to very quickly knock out since the weekly just reset, I'm trying to knock out penguins. See if I can get another summoning level so that the troll invasion lamp is worth more. Okay, in my usual effort to get as much value as possible out of these lamps, I am going to try to get a summoning level 75, making granite lobsters. Quickly ran and mined some granite. Works the same as it does in old school, except it's annoying to bank without a porter, and you can turn like 5 kg granite into multiple 500G granites, which is convenient. Granite lobsters seem like they're pretty useful. Give you a nice fishing boost, and they forage for swordfish and sharks. I'm gonna end up spending a bunch of money on spirit shards, aren't I? Okay, this should be a level up, I think. Yeah. Summoning 75. Nice. Just gonna keep repairing here, although maybe I'll be able to do combat once my necromancy's leveled up. Hey, I think I finally did it perfectly. It only took several months of practice to get there. Alright, 1490 trolls. Summoning, please. 44k, not bad. Tempting to try to squeeze out the next level before getting the bonus XP, but I don't have the money to afford it, so I won't bother. Still working through my daily here before I can get back on the necromancy train. Something I want to do, though, is do the City of achievements as soon as possible. They seem like the rewards for completing the achievement set are really good, especially the ability to pick up ashes automatically. That would have been great when I was farming in the Abyss before necromancy released. One of the things I'm going to have to do for the achievement set is a quest called the Blood Pact, which I guess is a pretty old but post old school free-to-play quest in Lumbridge. It's to get into that catacombs where I should have been farming corpse spiders, but instead was farming the spiders in the clock tower when I was going for my unchecked spiders. So it seems like it's a pretty straightforward quest. I'll record my full reaction to it as usual, but it's probably worth doing it. Oh, they actually changed it so you don't need to have the Blood Pact unlocked anymore for these achievements. That's cool. They didn't fix the wiki though, but that's good. I don't want to do quests out of order if I don't absolutely have to, so I won't. I went ahead and fixed the wiki. Any other noobs like me playing the game for the first time won't get confused by that. I guess I haven't been recording myself doing this as part of my dailies. I should do a daily exhibition at some point just to show you what 90 minutes of my day looks like every single day. But one of them is making 3 trips here to gather these Mortmire fungi. That's about how much you need. About 3 full prayers worth of fungi to feed full pens of Zygamites. I'm improving it by getting breeding pairs that are Studly, Joyful, and Immune, but it's taking a really long time to roll those. I'd probably say it's like between 50 and 100 trait rerollers to get a perfect Zygamite per Zygamite on average, which is a lot of beans. So I'm hoping that once I have 6, or I guess 3 breeding pairs, so a total of 6 Zygamites that have perfect traits for that, I can chill out a little bit and won't have to keep collecting these. I'm probably also going to have a new strategy for breeding Zygamites and other creatures. I think once I finished getting my perfect zygomites and don't actively need beans anymore, I'm probably just going to let my breeding pairs run all the time, and then whenever I'm in my farm, just take out any eggs that spawn or any new baby animals and put them in my storm barn until my storm barn fills up, and then raise all of them at once, right? So I can kind of more tactically use the more expensive food like fungus, because it's really annoying to be feeding animals that don't need feeding all the time. And I'd rather save this Mortmire fungus for herblore, because it's a really important herblore secondary. Okay, working on these achievements really quick. I have to kill some trolls in the troll cave. I have to do the skeleton achievement. I'm gonna have to do Rune Mythos, but I was wanting to do that anyway, and it seems like it's pretty fast. It's just runecraft, but for necromancy. Oh, it's nice coming here when necromancy's already been trained for 3 weeks. I'm glad I didn't try to do this on day one. I never like doing MMO stuff on day one. I know some players do, but it's not my bag. Okay, one of the things I need to get to is I need to get to 6 necrosis stacks, so I've pulled the thing that spends adrenaline off my bar here to try to build that up. Kill a ghostly troll. One of the things I'm really excited is the City of thing makes it so that you automatically collect bones, like bones and big bones. They get sent to your bank when you pick them up, which sounds amazing. Okay, that was straightforward enough. They have these guys drop extra bones to make training it easier. That's cool. I'm gonna go learn prayer is one of the things I have to do. And then there's a vista I have to find. I have to go kill a skeleton with a skeleton. I'll just do it in the drainer sewers. And then we have to do Rune Mythos for the last one. This is not where I want to be, I don't think. Yeah, this lady teaches me prayers, I think. Celine, priestess in life, still am in death. Gods, that's uncommon. Value the teachings in all gods. Okay, thanks. Teach me any prayers. Sweet. That's the achievement I wanted. Hand of Doom and Accelerated Decay. Okay. It's basically the way the other prayers work. Got it. 60 necromancy for another prayer, it looks like. This is the amazing view. That's cool. City does look pretty cool. I really like all of the modern RS3 cities. My only issues with the look of RS3 are the inconsistency of it, right? But when you have places that have been entirely designed for the modern game, it works a lot better. I spend so much time down here on my junk account. All right, there's a skeleton. So I think I do conjure skeleton. Have a skeleton warrior conjured while fighting a skeleton. Done. Okay, so now I just have to do Rune Mythos. Go work on it now. I think this is less of a quest and more of like a very brief task. Like you talk to Malignus. Just like a single paragraph. Rune Mythos. Death is encouraged to share some secrets of necromancy with you. Accept quest. Teach you a bit about the source of necromancy, how to craft necromancy runes or incantations. I think we need to know runes. Like magic runes with more necromancy and no magic. Craft them like other runes. You only do so with impure essence. Teach you the essence ritual needed for making impure essence. Raziel. Doesn't want to call him by his name. Works just like crafting other runes. Okay. Need to learn a new ritual, one to imbue objects with necromantic energy. Okay. So that's what you use the pure essence for. One-time freebie. Thanks, bud. Lesser essence ritual. Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. I'm gonna do a lot of rituals before they nerf it, but just in general, like, it seems like the game does have a element of synergy between, or symbiosis is a better word, between the rituals and the combat, but it also seems like that's mostly a one-direction thing, that the combat doesn't make me necessarily much better at doing the rituals, so I'm probably just gonna spend a ton of time on rituals. Like to be able to not think about things like ectoplasm usage, right? Okay, got my impure essence here. So I'm just gonna have to move your inventory. Oh, because they take up space like normal things. That makes sense. Rune Mythos. Impure essence and sends the ritual chest, and we get to take it out unnoted. Heck, all the way to the altars if it's still being noted. There are no rune crafting altars for the forbidden necromancy runes. There's a dark portal high up in the northeast of the city of Follow the waterfalls up and enter. You can craft necromancy runes on the idols within. Great spirit runes. I'm not holding your hand here. Okay. Curious if this primarily gives runecraft XP or necromancy XP. I'd rather it give runecraft XP, especially if I have to craft a bunch of them for myself. I think as an Ironman, this is going to be my only way to get these runes. There aren't going to be any shops that sell them. So that's nice. That'll actually incentivize me to do runecraft. Oh, there's a mushroom patch here. I should take advantage of that. I'm trying to grow as many Morchella mushrooms as I can because it sounds like they're a really important herblore secondary down the line. Oh, it says there's nobody here to manage the patch. I should leave it alone for now. I should figure out how you unlock it. Requires 80 necromancy. Okay, I guess it's like there's more and more souls coming to the city of as you level up. That makes sense. Okay, so this is the dark portal, and there's a bank right around the corner, so this is a pretty reasonable little loop for runecraft training. Bone altar. It told me to make spirit runes. I like the look of these altars. They're pretty cool. Oh, hey, Raziel's here. Stop playing with things you aren't ready for. What? Told me to come here. Craft spirit runes. Yeah. Oh, do I have to talk to him first? Concentration of necromantic elements. Gothics is not a fan. Who exactly are you? Oh yeah, call me the World Guardian. Okay, there we go. Now, that didn't give me the achievement. Spirit runes crafted during Rune Mythos don't count. Okay. Fortunately, I didn't have inventory space to bring all of my impure essences with me, because I don't know if I want to focus too hard on that right now. Malignius, buddy. Don't like the look of that place. Reminds me of something not good. Just a pocket dimension. Okay, that might be a reference to some other quest I haven't done. Lesser Bone Shield lets you access defensive abilities that would usually require you to wear a shield. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's actually really cool. Rune Mythos complete. New incantation. City of teleport is an incantation that will teleport you directly to the City of ritual site. That would be a nice... very convenient. So Rune Mythos is more of a tutorial than a quest. It just teaches you how to make necromancy runes, which involves doing a ritual to convert regular pure essence into impure essence. And then it directs you to the new rune altars that are all located in the same area in the city of That's basically it. Raziel shows up to taunt you a little bit, but that's it. Lesser Bone Shield creates a lower tier shield which allows you some non-offensive abilities that require a shield. Okay. Also cool. Okay, so that just costs spirit runes. It's not too bad. Oh, and they gave me some lamps. Sure. 35 necromancy and runecraft. Cool. Oh wow, I got a ton of runes out of that. I guess you get more once you finish the achievements too.
Everyone will die, and it will be your fault.
Thanks, Raziel. Have a nice day. I think the instant I hit level 50 necromancy, I'm going to immediately do the medium achievements because they seem like they're also extremely good. Try to think ahead here. It looks like one of the medium tasks is to craft flesh runes, so I'll do that here. 'Tis merely a flesh rune. God. Actually, what I think I'll do is I'll drop one. I mostly want bone runes because there's another achievement to cast bone shield and do a thing. So bone runes, there we go. You've completed the easy tasks. Beautiful. Let's go make a single flesh rune. Thank you. All right, now the one that I need, I have to cast Bone shield and then use the ability reflect. I guess I'll put on my bar. Hold on. Bone shield and then reflect is a defense ability. Oh, but it uses threshold. Okay. I'll do it later. Doesn't matter until I can actually finish it. I have the runes for it now. Buddy Icklarin is here apparently. What's up, man? Kind of gets around. Also hanging out at the head oasis, I think. I've got a lantern now too. Can I claim any rewards from you? Daily supply of bones. Cool. Sweet. Alright, yeah, so this does, I guess it says picked up ashes are sent to the bank, teleport to the Ohm Smithy 10 times per day, dropped bones and big bones are sent to the focus storage, 10% chance to make 4 dose necromancy potions while in 2.5% chance per impure essence of receiving extra runes from rune crafting, 3% XP from dispelling ritual disturbances. Sweet. And a lamp that, of course, has to go on summoning. I guess it will let me put it on necromancy now? That's surprising. Alright, back at it. I'm gonna go back to ensoling spider silk material to fully upgrade my armor. Probably continue to report necromancy levels in multiples of 5 until, I don't know, after 60 or something. The levels are still insanely fast. I will report when I get new abilities. Blood Siphon, channeled area target ability that deals minor damage to surrounding enemies but heals you. Oh, that's cool.
Everyone will die, and it will...
So I'm already seeing how necromancy is a much better introduction to how I imagine EOC is supposed to work. For example, I feel like it makes sense to keep Finger of Death off the revolution bar, right? To minimize the amount of adrenaline that it costs. And the way the skill is designed kind of encourages me to pull it off the bar and then activate it manually and let everything else trigger off revolution. Don't really get that sense with any of the other combat abilities, which are nonsensical to me. All right, level 40 necromancy. I'm gonna pop out and upgrade my stuff. I guess I gotta do a little mini quest again. Don't know what it's gonna be this time. I will use my little smith teleport.
Will die, and it will be...
Active equipment upgrade task. Tier 40. Will this earn up undead souls? Okay. Sure, why not? Like a meat pie. Why not a red berry pie? Don't want to go diving in head first. That's cute. Just quickly gonna kill the skeletons and the zombies, I guess, over here in the drainer sewer. Why not? Means I probably don't need to get the bone crusher as soon as I thought I was going to. It's too bad the tome level 2 doesn't deposit dragon bones, because that would make farming green dragons for an egg really, really easy. The way the channel works on Blood Siphon seems like it's also encouraged to not be on the Revo bar. Really good design. Like, it makes EOC make more sense to me in general, because it was kind of nonsensical to me before, since most of it, I guess, only makes sense once you have all of the endgame codex upgrades and optional abilities and other crap. Oh, got a talent point from doing this. That's cool. I do like that system. Basically, there's a certain amount of combat XP you have to earn to unlock all the abilities. You can't just get max efficiency by doing rituals, which I'm probably mostly going to focus on rituals. I think my soul urn is full. Let's go ahead and turn this in. Talking to Keely. An upgrade task. Current task. The idea of building up to a red berry pie. I hope the level 99 turn-in is a red berry pie. Let me know when you're ready to learn tier 50. Okay, can do. Grabbing the tier 40 upgrades. Oh yeah, I need to have the cloth and thread on me, sure. I guess now you need to use thread, that's interesting. I wasn't making the thread before. I think I already have some from accidentally crafting some earlier. I don't think there's another ingredient for the weapons, question mark? Yeah, it's just a bar, that's fine. Death Guard and Lantern upgraded. Yeah, I need to get more thread, that's okay. I can do that in a second. Actually, I only think I need one thread. Yeah, that's too bad. All right, got my full set of T40 here. The set definitely looks cooler as you upgrade it. The tier 10 version looks awful. So it's occurring to me that I may want to wait to do some of these rituals until I'm higher level, because the little disturbance events that trigger give you scaling XP based on your current level. I think doing more of them when I'm a higher level might be smarter, and I need more talent points anyway, so I'm going to experiment with doing necromancy at a few locations. I'm going to see how reasonable it is to do green dragons with necromancy, or if that's a really bad idea. Picking up command skeleton warrior, why not? I know it's recommended to like get a salve amulet to do more damage against undead. I'm not going to stress out about that too much. Yeah, green dragons seem to be fine. I'm sure it's not the best XP in the game, but I'm not really here to get speed XP. I just would like to also try to hunt for an egg. Probably should bring a anti-fire potion. I did not do that. I just unlocked a talent ability called Threads of Fate. It's an incantation, so it costs runes. It's actually pretty expensive with a rune cost, but it seems like a really cool ability. It causes your single target attacks to like splash onto nearby enemies. Be great for training further down the line, but I need more talent points in the meantime. It's unlocked Bloat. Damage over time ability, deals major damage, requires adrenaline. The enemy dies, the effect can spread. Okay, that's cool. I think I have to unlock it though. No, it's just regular adrenaline. Okay, so I can put that before Finger of Death. Well, I think eventually I'm going to want to take Finger of Death completely off my Revo bar. I think it seems like it's encouraged to use it manually when you have a certain number of necrosis stacks, which is smart. Hey, just got 50 necromancy, which is my target for now. Go ahead and get the next gear upgrade, and I think I'll keep doing this until 60 before I go back to doing rituals. I think that'll unlock some more rituals that I can do and get some more XP. So far, it's been pretty efficient. You know, I'm not playing crazy perfectly here, optimally here. I'm just trying to get a green dragon egg or two. All right, what's my new equipment upgrade task? Tier 50, souls, demons, my easiest demon. Apple pie, necromancer's flippers. Do I have to do Skippy and the Mogers? Oh, okay, interesting. That's pretty different. Make sure I have a certain slayer level, I guess. Oh, they've changed Skippy and the Mogers to a lore activity. That's pretty amusing. It doesn't even show up in the quest list now. I'll go do that, it's no problem. All right, this should be really fast, and I'm pretty sure it's the same as old school, so I'll just click through it really fast. All right, Skippy's been sobered up. I guess it's just a random chance for it to drop, which is kind of interesting. Need to find what the easiest demon is. All right, Mogers. This is kind of a cool way to make Slayer required to progress gear with Necromancy. I only bought 10 of them, so hopefully that's enough. We'll see. Has to die via Necromancy damage. Kill him over. There's the flippers. That wasn't too bad. It's like 5 kills. I think I can do imps in the Karamja Volcano resource dungeon. That seems to be the way to go. All right, got the last imp soul here. All right, turning in the items here. Just learned that porters will teleport dragonhide for you. They won't work on bones, but I can probably stay here a bit longer and do this a bit faster using the porters. Didn't realize they worked on loot at all. It's kind of cool. Got an 11 adrenaline crystal drop. Never seen that before. I don't know if that's like a wilderness thing or something. Let's see if I can stick with this until I get to 60 and then I do all my rituals at 60, because there's a whole bunch of upgraded rituals at that point, rather than doing like communion rituals this low of a level. Kind of having to deal with shittier abilities because I don't have enough souls to unlock the newer ones, but I think this is still going to be net faster. Just got 54, which I'm calling out because it gives me another generator spender ability combo here, which seems pretty useful. Soul Sap deals moderate damage, generates adrenaline, generates a residual soul, which can be consumed by Soul Strike to stun the target and damage surrounding enemies. Soul Sacks are displayed above your character beneath your life point and adrenaline bars. Okay, cool. I will set those up. All right, so the level ups are getting quite a bit slower now. I just hit 55. Yeah, just hit 55. So I'll probably start announcing level ups once I get to 60. Otherwise, this is going relatively quickly. I might take some time and try to turn all of these green dragon hides into green dragonhide bodies just to get some money, because money is becoming a problem. Hopefully I can get to level 70, because I think if I get to 70 necromancy, I'll be comfortable doing Archglacier with necromancy. Kind of kill two birds with the one stone. So it's a new day and I'm out of money, so I'm just gonna make a bunch of red d'hide bodies out of my existing red dragon hide to try to alch to see if I can pay for my dailies. I have enough dragon hide in the bank that I can probably just start doing this whenever I need stuff. Yeah, I've got like close to 200 red dragon hide, 150 blue dragon hide, and I'm gonna save my green dragon hide as kind of a count of green dragon kills so I can see how dry I am on the dragon egg. I think that is 980 some actual green dragon kills. I don't think that that's been tainted by PVM drops from some other source. Alching through the blue dragon hide. This is pretty good money. We'll see how much dragon hide I end up storing from this project of trying to get the dragon egg. If even I want to keep doing PVM there, but it seems like getting dragons for farming, the sooner I get that, the more farming XP I get. Like significantly more farming XP over the next months, so probably not a bad project. That ended up being a solid like 700k, and it wasn't a ton of work to do, so yeah, we'll see if we can do this. I might actually try fighting the red dragons in the wilderness. They're in the same island as the lava dragons. I'm really antsy to do. I've got dailies I gotta do, but I'm antsy to keep training necromancy, so I might just try that for a couple trips to see what it's like and do my dailies later. This might not make sense until I get a higher necromancy level. Like I might need to have my T70 augmented gear for this to even be viable. But I should be able to take the shortcut into there. And this wilderness sword teleport is much better than the teleport I have to use to get to green dragon. So if I am able to fight these guys here, this would be preferable. If I can find the shortcut. Oh, did I already pass it? Oh, God, I am so frustrated by the way RS3 works. You have to find like the magic pixel to click on. There might be a guy you can bank with here too. I have to check. So far the damage taken's not too bad. They do have quite a bit more health, but they go down just fine. It's too bad those burnt bones don't get picked up by the Tome of Yeah, although these guys are a little bit more annoying, I think they're a better use of my time than green dragons. They're not that much more difficult to kill. And I think just it's much easier for me to get here, and it might even be easier for me to bank. I have to go check and see. I think there might be Ripper demons right outside that door, but I'll double check here in a second. Okay, so Ripper demons are east of me, and he is over there by the Ripper demons, isn't he? That might not be viable. But it might be easier for me to just Wards Retreat teleport and then Wilderness Sword teleport back. Hit points 89. Pretty good XP here, actually. Whoa, I had to log out for a bit, and on this world, William's actually just in here? He's like trapped in here? Which is the dream. Like, I don't need to use porters or anything. I can heal indefinitely. I have to remember what world this is. I'll look it up here in a second. Hopefully no one untraps him between now and when I actually have time to play next, because I don't actually have a ton of time to play here. But this would be ideal if I can just like bank with him whenever I feel like it. And he's like literally standing by the dragons. I finally have my second breeding pair of Joyful, Studley, and Immune. So this male and female, so I'll remove all the food from that pen. And then here I've got this male and female, be able to remove all the food from that pen. So I just have to handle the third pen now. This is probably going to be enough if whenever I get dragons, I'm going to have dragons breeding in the breeding pen. But that's a ways off, so I'll still try to get 3 total Studley, Joyful, Immune pairs if I can. Alright, so I still have to do dailies, but I want to keep the clock ticking on my vampirism aura. I took a break and came back, so I'm back here at Red Dragons. I'm just going to try to finish squeezing out 60 necromancy, because I plan to spend the rest of my time, or most of the rest of my time, on rituals anyway. Hello, there is level 60 necromancy, which is a ton of unlocks. I guess I might stay here to finish out my vampirism aura. I don't think I'm quite going to get to 61 in the process. Although I should bounce and get my upgrades. Like, every second I'm doing this with T50 instead of T60 gear is a waste of time, so let me go do that. Let's see what we get at tier 60 here. I think I also want to make some necromancy potions, which require Kadava bushes, which means it's probably good that it's like 2 in the morning on a Thursday, because my idea for getting cadaver bushes are probably being completely swarmed by players at most hours of the day. Upgrade task, tier 60. Any monster that's at least level 70. 50 monster souls, okay. So I guess I could just go kill the dragons with my remaining time here. A garden pie. Use this device on an Unco. Okay, yeah. Let me just go ahead and do this at those dragons. I should be able to get 50 kills there, no problem. Looks like these guys count. That'd be a good use of my remaining aura clock, I think. Alright, I got my 50 kills, and it ended up taking about as much time as I had left in my aura, so perfect timing, calculated. I'm gonna go scan these Oncos. I'll do the ones in Stronghold and Security, but I'm already in the Wilderness, so I can try doing the ones by the giant sword sticking out of the ground. Then to do the quest, it explains what that's all about. Okay, I think I have to use this thing on like 10 Oncos. Onco Agitator. I don't know if I have to kill them afterward. Ack. Okay, it looks like it's working. There's a little chat message that says that it's shaking aggressively or whatever. Oh, it spawned like a big Onco. Okay, that's interesting. Big, slightly higher level Onco. Interesting. Onco residue. Okay, and then I need to go make a garden pie. I can just turn this in, and then I have to use all the new rituals to get the actual new equipment, I believe. Talk to Keely. Active equipment upgrade task. Back with the full soul urn, a garden pie, and residue. It'll give a magical protection-y boost that your equipment was missing. Glad it has some value. Pretty good. Vessel of the Harbinger is now available. Tier 60 upgrade process. Okay, so T60 requires normal ensouled cloth, normal ensouled thread, spirit runes. I think the ensouled cloth I can get from Mystic Gear, which I do have a chunk of. And then the weapon is an ensouled bar and bone runes. I need a total of 6 ensouled bars. Let me see how many I need across all upgrades. It says a total of 14 are used to upgrade the Death Guard and Skull Lantern from 50 to 70. Okay. So that's this boy. I can make 7 right away, so I'll just start by doing that, I guess. Okay, so I need to get slightly more Luminite to make some Addy bars. And I have enough Orichalcum, actually, to get the rest of the way there, so I'll just do that now. I got some Luminite really quick, making the Adamant bars, then I'll make the Unensouled bars, and I'm actually going to try to finish the medium achievements before I go too far with this, because I want to get as much of a benefit out of the Tome of too. So that's going to involve, I think, just doing the new Communion ritual as much as I can until I have high enough souls to unlock the talent that's necessary to complete that achievement set. Really, you get some souls for talking to NPCs. I've noticed that happening before without really realizing where it was coming from. So I'm just going to try to run around and get as many as I can here before I start doing stuff. Good doggo. Okay, so I give these bones to him and get some free souls. That's cute. This guy's chat head is amazing. I'm a big fan. Okay, I was only able to get like 6 extra souls out of that, but hey, souls are souls. I'm gonna start working on communion rituals. I need to get enough to get the next tier of talents so that I can finish the achievement set, and then I can do the rituals in any order after that. I don't think it matters. I still have dailies to do, but I'm having so much fun with necromancy. I'm gonna let them not distract me at the moment, which is a first in months of play. So I can either use Dragon or Dagonoth bones. I don't have any of these other ones, but I do have a decent number of Dagonoth bones from my earlier grind. I need the better candles. I need 6 total light sources. Oh, I have more mounds of dust I can clear now. Okay, just those 2, I guess. Oh, I guess do candles only go on certain tiles, or maybe it requires a better candle. Let me try to figure it out. Oh, I misunderstood. There's more light source spots on the west and east side, so I guess using the better candles is maybe necessary for specific rituals. I'd rather just use the cheap ones. I'll make these really quick. Okay, yeah, I'll get these extra light source spots here. So we place regular candles, please. Thank you. I guess a lot of the stuff in necromancy feels like it exists to like encourage people to sell. Like it makes sense for someone to, a lot of the things in necromancy seem to encourage players to like utilize the grand exchange. So it might not be effective for an iron to make the higher tier candles, but it might be nice for somebody to spend the processing time to make them, right? Using grand exchange materials so that players who have access to the Grand Exchange can do this slightly faster. I think a lot of the rune materials or the glyph materials feel like that's the case too. Before I do this, I might want to be able to boost, because I think I can already boost now if I can make a necromancy potion to get better multiply glyphs, although I think you only get a +5 boost from a necromancy potion at my level, so I want to wait till I get to 61, and then I'll pop out and try to find some cadaver berries to make those potions. Okay, so commune, I need greater ghostly ink, so I guess that's my current project, because that's going to require greater necroplasm, which uses lesser necroplasm. Okay, cool, got it. Which uses a lot of basic ink. All right, so you end up burning through this stuff pretty fast. I see. I might need to just sit here and make a ton of basic ink, because I'm going to need it for downstream applications. All right, let me get out of here with my lesser necroplasm, make about half of it into ink. Really glad I was like so careful about gathering ashes from those abyss creatures. I was just always banking it, and the plan was to use it for herb lore to make serum potions with my Terramins. I had no idea that this was going to come. I don't think anybody knew that this was going to come out, and that ashes were going to be in high demand all of a sudden. Okay, that used up most of my necroplasm. Hopefully that's enough ink to get me by for a bit here. Necroplasm, let's make some of this so we can make the higher tier inks. I just scrambled to do a shambling horror event. I didn't realize what it was at first. I'll show it on screen next time it pops up. Gave a ton of XP though. Here it is. So I click on the horror, and then I have to click on the thing, sever the bond. Okay. Cool. Basically, a shambling horror spawns, you click on it, and then you click on whatever glyph is glowing green. Yeah, the XP from this is pretty good now, especially if I manage to do the disturbances. I think boosting to use the multiply runes is going to be pretty smart here. Once I get this level up, I'll pop out and try to make some necromancy potions. There it is, necromancy 61. I should probably replace all my poison ivy bushes with cadaver bushes. That's likely a good idea regardless, just so I don't have to depend on this in the future, but I don't need a ton of them here. Oh wow, I thought this was gonna be like botted to all hell. I'm not gonna need a million potions, right? Just enough to get me to 66, and I don't think boosting is gonna be an option for me to do anything for quite a while after this. Yeah, that should be enough cadaver berries. When I get around to it, I'll replace the bushes. Let's go make these potions. It's Marintil potions, it looks like. Okay, making my first ever necromancy potions. I'm just gonna try to decant all these together. That's also one of my achievements. Okay, I think this number should get me all the way to 66, where I can natively use the multiply 2 rune. So I'll start using that from now on, whenever I can. Finish using up the multiply 1 runes that I already placed down rather than waste the ink. May as well. The whole glyph concept is kind of a cool way to integrate boost directly into the skill, because you can boost to place the glyph and then you don't need it anymore once it's already down, so it's kind of neat. Boosting to replace these with multiply here. Clear, yes. Multiply 2. Uses regular ink, that's fine. Oh, the boosts wore off. Man, that's so annoying in this game. I need more lesser necroplasm, which I guess I can do for a bit. Okay, going forward, I have to be smarter about how I use my necroplasm here, because I'm gonna have to waste some glyphs to do this properly. It kind of sucks, actually. Now, the nice part is I can do extra multiply 2 glyphs. Okay, this makes sense, because I have more slots, and I don't need as many slots for the earlier ones, so I can get a ton of lesser necroplasm. I'll just sit here and do that for a while, so I don't have to think about it. Yeah, 4 multiplies. That should be enough to make me plenty of ink to make up for the ink I just had to sacrifice for this. That gets me up to 260% soul attraction too. Okay. Yeah, I see how this scales. So the fact that I can use more multiply glyphs on the earlier rituals makes the earlier rituals less bad, even though I have to do... So I was thinking about that. Like, I have to do low-level rituals to be able to progress high-level rituals. And is that going to be annoying because the XP and rewards are going to be terrible? But no, they've planned it out in a way that now those are easier to do and faster to do. It's quite smart. Okay, so what I need to do then is calculate how much lesser necroplasm I need to have to fully make use of the glyphs that I need. Because I need to have 2 element 2 glyphs and 2 reagent 2 glyphs. Those each have 12 uses a pop. Okay, so I did the math. I think I need at least 2,400 lesser necroplasm to make it worth doing a greater necroplasm set of rituals. So I should be able to get that. I'm getting about 260 per ritual, which is pretty good. So I wonder if I'm able to boost to repair all here, because that would be great. Yeah, that totally works. Perfect. I think the plan then, I'm just gonna use up these multiply 2 glyphs before I switch to greater necroplasm. That will leave me with enough lesser necroplasm. Yeah, it's kind of interesting doing the math here. It's not like super high stakes if you make a mistake, at least not yet. It means I wasted some ashes, I guess, is the most annoying resource to get. Okay, doing the greater necroplasm rituals for real now that I know what I'm actually doing. I'll just do this until my glyphs fully deplete. Necromancy 62, it's gotten quite a bit slower now. I think that gives me a new, actually useful ability for combat, Spectral Scythe. Might need to unlock it. Yeah, it's a talent thing. Okay, you'll notice I'm temporarily off the legacy UI. I really hate the look of the non-legacy UI, but I need it to be able to run this plugin here. Alt-1 can do an AFK warden thing where it announces when I am about to... I need to check to see if there's an event that I can interact with, so it'll help me be a little bit more AFK. Alright, making my greater ghostly ink, I'm going to switch off this UI as soon as I can, because I do not like it. Okay, total from that batch, I have 43 regular ink, 76 greater ink. The objective now is to get to 400 souls so I can finish the medium tasks, and then upgrade my gear. And then I think after I upgrade my gear, I want to go back to combat for a bit. Officially switching to doing greater communion now. Dagonoth bones. I do 2 elemental 2, 1 commune 1, 2 commune 2s. Okay. Okay, and then we boost to get the benefit of the multiplies. And we should be good to go. No problem. Let me run this alarm again. It's quite helpful. Oh, right, but it only works. I had to switch back to the legacy interface because it was really annoying to try to find things like the incantation spellbook. I have to swap back off to get this to work again. Just got Necromancy 63, Shambling Horror event. I think part of my plan here, after I do the medium achievements, I might want to just sit down and make like 1,000 regular ink so I don't have to worry about it running out, and then set like a 0 balance that I rebuild it, because I think that's the main thing I need for multiply glyphs, and it would really suck to run out of multiply glyphs partway through one of these projects. Oh, that's beautiful. This skill and the rituals in general make wildly more sense at level 60, where everything is timed perfectly so that you have to re-up half of the glyphs every 6 usage and the rest of them every 12 usages. It looks nice when they all get depleted like that. Alright, doing a full set of 12 communion rituals has not quite gotten me enough to do the medium achievement set, so I'm just going to go ahead and resume here. So I was worried about the achievements here. There's one that says you have to complete a communion ritual using a memento, and I only had mementos that were available for greater communion, not lesser communion, but the wiki says you need the lesser communion mementos. It does work with any memento. I'll again update the wiki. Yeah, good citizen. Okay, I have sufficient souls now. Let's pick up, I think I can probably just afford to get all of these. Putrid Zombie, Threads of Fate, which sounds amazing for AoE, Vengeful Ghost. And the next tier, I think I need to keep doing this until I get up to 4,500 souls for level 70. It's a ways off, but it'll be worth working toward, and I need to get the talent points anyway. So Conjure Putrid Zombie is an ability that calls upon a spirit from the underworld to fight alongside you. It requires ectoplasm. Deals poison damage to surrounding enemies. Okay, got it. No, I guess I miss out on the tutorial text. Oh, there's the other one. Conjure Vengeful Ghost. Drains Vigor, heals you. Okay. Threads of Fate causes single target necromancy attacks to be cast on surrounding enemies. So I think the ghost makes sense if I'm low on health. I'm actually curious how self-sufficient Necromancer can be. I have thoughts on Necromancy, by the way. I haven't talked about it at length. This is fun. This is a really cool skill. I like the way it's structured. I like the way you get gear for it. But I kind of hate that it undercuts the entire rest of RuneScape. I'll talk about it more once we actually get to bossing with it, but I think it kind of completely invalidates every other combat skill outside of specific bosses that require you to use, you know, certain combat skills. Anyway, let me do these medium achievements now. Putrid Zombie requires adrenaline, which is interesting. I can't have both. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have to use bloat to make an enemy apply the bloated status to 2 targets on death. and Bonafide Shield, which I think I can probably just do using the Adrenaline Crystal over here. Try it. The Bloat one, I don't know. I guess I'll try to do it in the Abyss. It's maybe still early enough in the morning on a random day on a weird server that I can get away with it. Okay, so I think I go like this. Then I do Reflect. There it is. Use a defensive ability Reflect while the Lesser Bone Shield incantation is active. That's a really cool concept. It's kind of counterintuitive that Bone Shield by itself does nothing and just lets you activate other abilities, but makes me care about these abilities in a way that I didn't before, because previously I had to like activate a switch to use these. I had to like equip a shield, use it, and then equip off the shield, and I guess this is effectively the same number of button presses, but it makes more sense than switching to a shield and then switching off it constantly. Alright, I just got the Bloat achievement, which means I'm done. It'd be great if I can find a world here, because the AoE for this is like really easy and extremely brainless. And I should be able to just put this on my bar and just exist forever. That's so much AoE healing for free. Okay, I don't want to get too excited. I gotta come back here later, because this is insanely good XP once I'm done with everything else. Alright, as I gain levels, I might eventually want to level up my herb lore a bit to try to get up to a high enough level to make super necromancy potions, which is like 79, which is a lot of levels. That's like quadrupling my current XP total. But it should be possible, if only because I just have so many herbs banked, and I haven't touched herb lore in a really long time. So I'll think about it. We'll see if it actually matters. The only thing I need to boost for is like around 90 necromancy. There's something I can boost to that would be worth it, but that's a ways off. All right, so this guy gives us our tome level 2. Can I claim any rewards from you? Okay, so yeah, the daily supply of resources from Lupe is pretty good. It's regular ink every day, so I'm gonna add that on my daily claim list, as annoying as that is. Let's dump this on summoning. Tempted to do herb lore, but I'll wait until summoning is no longer insanely expensive to train. I can always like target raise herb lore if I really want to. I cannot target raise summoning without having a ton of GP. Okay, and I think I can right click free supplies. Okay, cool, thanks. Yep, regular ritual candles and regular ink. You get like 5 regular ink per day, which isn't bad at all given how annoying it is to make regular ink. All right, so this is going to take forever. Holy crap, I just realized that Bone Shield is still on, so I can just cast without having to swap constantly. I thought it was like 1 cast per ability. Is that not true? That's really interesting. Maybe you get like a certain number of ability procs. Anyway, project. So first things first, I'm going to finish my current Greater Communion ritual, and the long-term project is to get, let's see, how many souls is this? 4,500 souls. So I'm going to get up to 4,500 souls. But as soon as I deplete this current ritual, I'm just going to make a ton of lesser necroplasm. So I have tons and tons and tons of regular ghostly ink, so I don't have to think about it running out. So yeah, I'll report level ups. I'll be at this for a minute. Let me wear my new tome, because this increases XP. And it's got pretty good stats. Like, I think this is my best in slot pocket slot item, because it actually has stats on it, and the rest of my pocket slot stuff does not. XP from dispelling ritual disturbances, more necroplasm from rituals. Yeah, I'm glad I went out of my way to do that. Necromancy 64. Blowing through these levels. Okay, made it through my communion ritual. My new project is make a ton of regular ghostly ink, and I'll probably also greater ghostly ink. I'm gonna see if I can have the patience to sit this out and make, you're gonna hear that beeping, that's the alarm. Let me pause it when I'm talking. I'm gonna try to set out to make 1,000 regular ghostly ink and 500 greater ghostly ink, which is probably overkill, but it's gonna let me get a bunch of work done, and it'll save me from having to think about this very much in the future. I guess there's an argument that could be made that I should only make exactly what I need right now until I can get access to all the other multiply glyphs, so I'm getting more items per ritual performed, which, now that I think about it, is kind of a compelling argument. I at least want to get 100 regular ghostly and 100 greater ghostly, but maybe I'll do that instead of 1,000 and 500, and then I'll make 50 my zero balance. If I drop down to 50, I have to craft back up to 100. I think that's smart. Look at the way this skill is structured. Ectoplasm is never going to be a problem for an Ironman, because you have to do all your own rituals anyway, but I imagine it's kind of a hassle otherwise if you're a main account. I'm always happy when they design things around irons. Okay, I'm gonna use again half of this ectoplasm. Turn that back into ink. I'm just gonna keep doing that until I have at least 100 regular ghostly ink. These lower level rituals might be the ones that are getting nerfed, and I guess I kind of understand it, because once you're able to put up 4 multiply 2 glyphs on the ground, you get events really frequently, and you get a ton of XP from the Shambling Horror event. So I might even get 70 before I finish this without having to do any more combat, which would be wild. I think the issue is just that they calculate the XP you get from doing events based on the values you get from lamps. So once you need a ton of XP to level up, you get a ton of XP from each thing you interact with, compared to what you'd get from something static like combat. Necromancy 65, you get like 2,000 XP for each Shambling Horror event, and they pop up commonly. Okay, I got a little carried away. I've got 276 regular ghostly ink. I'm gonna try to bolster myself up to 100 greater ghostly ink, and then we'll get on with other things, I guess. Hey, look at that. Level 66 Volley of Souls, which I think is a really good DPS ability from looking at the Revo bar recommendations. I'll worry about all that once I actually get back to combat. I'm gonna be doing this for a while in the meantime. Oh, that sucks. I accidentally put the wrong glyphs here. Shit. I think it just defaulted to the wrong one. Oh well. Wastes a bunch of the ink I just made. Necromancy 67. Levels are getting pretty slow even with doing all the events here. I'm just trying to get as much greater ink as I can, and then I'm gonna just go hard on getting souls. Okay, y'all, I'm done with the ink project. I've got 234 regular ghostly ink and 202 greater ghostly ink. I'm really hoping that's just gonna last me for as long as I need to do other activities here. Yeah, I just did the math. I think I'm gonna have enough greater ink to get all the souls I need. I might not have enough to make my gear, but I can pop out and do more once I make my gear. Let's do the souls grind. It's gonna take a while here. We'll see what level it puts me at. Do like 186 rituals or something. So I haven't found how this works. I'm not sure if I get augmented necromancer equipment, if that means necromancy XP will continue to charge it even if it comes from rituals. Because I'd like to get as much item XP as possible, right? So what I might do here is get enough souls to get the next tier of talents, and then switch to making equipment to make sure I can make the tier 70 augmentable equipment as soon as possible. I don't want to potentially miss out on item XP because of doing this in a weird order, right? My understanding is that multiply does nothing for me here in trying to make these materials, because the best I can get it to is 80% and it rounds down, so I wouldn't be able to get like double materials. So I'm going to use the attraction glyph instead just to get more events potentially. Necromancy 68. I'm hoping to have all these materials done before I ding 70, but we'll see. So I'm doing the math. I've been using the attraction 1 glyph, and I think it's actually worse than the multiply 2 glyph, which is really silly. Even though the multiply 2 glyph won't give me any extra ensouled cloth, it will give me a little bit of extra ectoplasm, and it affects the soul attraction value enough that I think I'm going to roughly see the same number and get the same amount of bonus XP from events. So once these wear off, I'm going to replace them with multiply 2, I guess just for the extra ectoplasm. There's 69 necromancy. I'm probably going to get 70 right around the time I finish making all of the stuff I need to upgrade my gear. Hey, there's necromancy 70, and I'm actually really close to being done with my bar. It turned out I timed this pretty reasonably. I just have to do, I think, 2 or 3 more rituals, then I'll go work on the gear upgrade quest and get everything to 70. Something that does suck is I must have screwed up and overmade threads or something, because I'm going to have to waste the majority of these glyphs here. Because I only need a couple more bars, and I just had to repair all of them. Maybe I can salvage it a little bit. I'll see if there's something from the next tier that I can make, or if it starts using subjugation gear in the next tier of rituals. Nah, it looks like I just wasted. That's fine. I guess I could keep ensouling stuff since I've already paid the cost of the glyphs just to get some XP out of it, but I probably just want to move on. Okay, taking a short break from rituals to go craft all my gear. I should have everything I need to craft all of it. And I'm doing great on ectoplasm, which is good to see. It's really convenient having infinite teleports to the smithy. In fact, this might be one of my best bank teleports in the game if I have this tome on me, because it takes you much closer to the bank chest. I guess there's no like altar to restore prayer like there is at War's Retreat, but it is quite nice. All right, so talking to Keely. Active equipment upgrades. Oh, I have to finish upgrading my current gear first. Okay, that's fine. I did just get all the materials for that. All right, making the last piece of tier 60 gear here. Very nice. It's looking pretty cool now, I gotta say. It's getting much improved. Let me go ahead and trigger the next quest. I'm gonna take the tank armor. I know power armor is probably advised, but it seems like tank armor is pretty good for a new player trying to learn the system, and I can always come back and make the power armor later. I have to complete Spirit of War. Okay, and there's a bunch of quest prerequisites for that, so that might take me a minute. That might be a good time to take a break and go do my dailies that I've been holding off on for a while now. I will do that, and then we'll come back and do those quests. Feels really weird going back to it. I got a Slayer task for Dagonoth Kings. I haven't done this in a really long time. I would like to get a second Dragon Axe for reasons. I have to do this with Mage. It looks like Necromancy just doesn't work here. It's one of the few places in the game where you physically can't use Necromancy. Might be able to try doing this with switches. I guess I do have level 80 in all three styles now, so I should give it a try at least. Alright, let's just try this with all three styles. It's probably going to be a shit show, but it's worth a shot, I guess. That's one down. I'm using a ton of food, but I guess that's fine. Prime sucks. Prime does not take a lot of damage. It's like an accuracy problem primarily, it seems like. Okay, I was able to kill Rex and Prime, or Prime and Supreme long enough to pull Rex by himself, so I'll just finish it Rex only like I've done a million times before. I'm starting to wonder if taking this task is a mistake, if I get more Slayer XP and Reaper points on average by just skipping until I'm offered Archglacier, or the ability to choose Archglacier from a list. Yeah, it's not too bad. It is less Slayer XP and fewer Reaper points, so maybe in the future I'll just only ever go for Archglacier and ignore all other Reaper tasks. Okay, I hated every minute of it because I wanted to be doing Necromancy for every minute of it, but I finished my dailies. It's time to do these Necromancy quests. Let's go. Yeah, I said quest with a plural there because I have to do Vessel of the Harbinger first. Okay. Go speak amulet, bucket of slime, empty bucket. Sure. Okay, this quest starts at Death. Learning more about Raziel. Start small. Vessels. Vessel's a name we give to a place in which souls reside. I created the Well of Souls. Necromancers create their own vessels. Not wholly dissimilar from godhood. Oh, that's kind of cool. You've dealt with at least one such necromancer in their vessel in your past. I have? Who? Necrovarus. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool to tie that in. It is a required quest. Oh, Necrovarus was an apprentice of Raziel's. That's kind of cool. Alright, Port Phasmatis. Probably should have guessed with the items they required me to bring here. Alright, here talking to Necrovarus. What's up, bud? I'm not here to berate you. I need your help. Take over my town, rip my power away from me. And now you wish for my help. Death sent me. Herald? We're bringing that back. Raziel's drained the city of of its souls. Been chosen as his apprentice. You once were. That's kind of a cool new direction to take Necrovarus. But they tried to tie this into the existing old school game. I had to sneeze. Gather souls for me in this urn. Defeat them with necromancy. This isn't quite the evil deed I was expecting from you. Helping to cleanse souls, are we? I'm still evil and powerful. Whatever you say. Go and perform that evil gathering and cleansing of souls for me. Okay, where does it want me to go? He said outside the area, right? They spawn somewhere specific. Do I get a map marker? No. Oh, I see them now. They blended in. Kill these guys. Alright, turning him in. More power for me. Done as I asked. Can help prevent you from falling in the same trap that I did. Raziel is intelligent and ambitious. History began before the transformation of Port Phasmatis. A young and impressively evil necromancer. I wonder if they're going to include the weird necromancer tower near the Tower of Life at some point. Okay, yeah, the Ectofunctus. Funtus, apparently. I always add a C to that. Something went wrong. Interesting. It left me in this viridescent form. It's a cool word. Glowing green. Book of Heraconto will contain the information we require. I was last in the hands of one of my disgraced disciples, Nettie. Yeah, that's right. I'll ignore your subversion for now. Yep, I remember where she is. Oh, this is cool. I was like, oh, where is she? Where is she? But there's a pile of letters on the floor instead. New flavor of nettle tea. Apology from Dr. Frankenstrain. Subscription to Witches Weekly. A letter signed by V. Valerina? Oh, yeah. Okay, back to Port Fastpass. You see Nettie around. Pass to the underworld. Oh, okay. Am I going to actually find her down there? She's out gathering nettles for her tea. She slipped and hit her head a touch too hard. At least she died doing what she loved. That's a cool way to kill a past quest NPC. And so is she in the city of then? I should search the underworld to find Nettie. Okay, Ted might have seen her. Gotcha. What's up, Ted? She'll return to the well not long ago. Find her at the last call. Oh, okay. There she is. It's a cool way to bring back dead NPCs. Well, you're facing the underworld. Currently learning necromancy. Talk about a rude welcome. And serve tea here. Plain nettle tea, milky nettle tea, earthy nettle tea, stinging nettle tea, root nettle tea, herbal nettle tea, mushroom nettle tea, mint nettle tea, fermented nettle tea. Tea, sorry. Call that Book of Heraconto. Trust you won't misuse the book. So locked away in a chest in my house. You need a key. I stored it at the bank of Port Phasmatis. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Will and death certificate. There's a skeleton? The chest guard skeleton. I need to deal with them if you're going to unlock my chest. Okay, cool. Got it. I'm here to claim a key. Will and death certificate. Pulls on some cotton gloves and examines the documents through a magnifying glass. Thanks. Alright, open the locked chest. Spooky. Don't seem to be able to damage the skeleton. Oh, but my summoned skeleton did. Okay, that's cool. Skeleton's a true warrior. I'm no match. It's funny. I got this book back from forever ago. Alright, Necrovaris, I got your book for you. We're working together due to a shared enemy. Gather special ectoplasm from the ectofunctus itself. Made by the ritual site in the city of Okay. Powerful ectoplasm. Got it. And then, I guess I'll use this free teleport. Hey, what's up, man? It's wasted on the likes of you. Empower Vessel Ritual. Okay. I have to waste all of these runes anyway, so it's not a big deal. Assume this is only for the quest. It's not going to matter outside of this. Okay, I think I have this set up. I'm just not going to bother with my multiply runes. It's fine. Okay, just about done here. Oh, Shambling Horror. Click off, click off. Fuck, I missed it. I was not expecting that. Oh, 2K, 2.5K Necromancy XP. Your efforts are pitiful. Oh. Raziel's a dick. Curse you. I got a Death's Head Moth, too. Necrovarus is little more than a farmer of souls. Continue to power your vessel. You cannot hope to match my power this way alone. Turn to Death and share what I've learned. Sounds good. Alright, talk to Death. Keep an eye out for what it could be. Can make it look like anything. Is this all futile? Continue your training. Return to me after you visited Raziel's Citadel. Okay. Cool. Quest complete. Next one that I need to do for the gear upgrade is Spirit of War. The next quest is Vessel of the Harbinger. A little bit more going on in this one. It's not just a tutorial. This one's about connecting back to the character Necrovarus, who you might remember from the Ghosts Ahoy quest that gets you into Port Phasmatis, the guy with the Ectofuntus. There is no C in that word, apparently. But the cool surprise in the quest is that the Well of Souls that you use when you're doing necromancy rituals is very similar to the Ectofuntus. That Necrovarus is an ex-apprentice of Raziel, and that he's going to help you empower your Well of Souls so that it doesn't, like, corrupt you or drain your life force or something. During the quest, you find out that Nettie, the old lady who wanted the nettle tea back in Ghosts Ahoy, has died, and so you find her soul in the underworld and talk to her. This kind of introduces the wider idea that NPCs that died in quests show up in the underworld for you to interact with, which is kind of a cool concept. I like that. But you do some tasks for Necrovarus, and the quest culminates with you doing a ritual using ectoplasm that you got from the Ectofuntus. And that's basically it. Let's get back to the playthrough. No items required. You need to defeat a level 732 Phantom. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is unlocking a boss that I'm going to have to farm later. Gotcha. And maybe this is like teaching me the boss encounter. Let me make sure I have gear. I guess I can probably start the quest. Use these lamps. I'm going to try to just do this without going too crazy with preparation. I'm just going to bring a ton of food and nothing else. Need to look at Hermod's drop table, because if it's reasonable, it might make sense for me to just spend a bunch of time there on Necromancer. If it could like help me make money, I'd rather do that than Archglacier. Talk to Karen. Ready to face Raziel to Citadel. Will you take me? Don't meet the requirements. Oh, I need 3,000 vessel souls. I did not realize that was a prereq. Okay, well, that's the next thing I was going to work on anyway, so I'll start doing that. This doesn't take a while. I only have 879 souls. Oh well. I probably could have timed this a little bit better if I had stopped training with combat sooner, but what are you going to do? Some goofus here who's like spamming a loud ability to make it hard to hear the events. I'm going to try hopping worlds. Way more people here than I was doing this earlier. Should be getting a level up here. Yeah, there it is. Necromancy's 71. I'm probably going to get 72 or maybe even 73 before I finish this. A lot of XP. Think I'm about to get another level up here. Yeah, 72 Necromancy. It's going to take a long time to get these souls. I'm not going to finish today, sadly. I was really hoping to augment my gear before wrapping today. Here we go, 73 Necromancy. Okay, I'm out of time to play. I'm pretty close to being done. 2831 souls. I should be able to get to 3K pretty easily at my next session. I'll probably do it before dailies. I'll be excited about it. Went ahead and unlocked Spectral Scythe, area target ability that deals moderate damage to surrounding enemies and requires Adrenaline to cast, and has a chance to generate a residual soul stack. I think that actually I want that on my bar, but I'll have to review my Revolution bar later. I'll see ya. Okay, it is a new day again, but before I do my dailies, I want to finish what I started with Necromancy. So I'm going to finish getting my 3,000 souls. I'm actually pretty close to being done with that, and do the quests. I think I'm already at 3K. Just finished this. Oh yeah, 3,020. Awesome. All right, let's go do the quest then. Okay, talking to Karen. Ready to face Raziel. Will you take me? Accept quest. 4 obols. Okay, yeah. I don't need them. I just like having something to collect. Oh, if she's Karen. Cute. It's fun. Okay, pay you a noble for getting them back to the city. I swear my name's not Karen. Wait, your name isn't Charon. Nice. Okay, rent a boat from Ed. Need both hands for you to do that. All right. Oh, that's cool. Wasn't expecting that, even with the both hands free note. So I guess I'm just looking for souls? Is there like an island I need to go to? Hunt down lost souls. Okay. I wonder if this is using some of the sailing tech. I mean, it's just a animation, right? That would be kind of interesting, though, because I know that there is some crosstalk between the old school team and the RS3 team. Oh, found one. Okay, that's gonna take a while. Or it looks like Surge still works here, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I bet this is. I mean, theoretically it shouldn't be complicated to just turn your character into the boat, right? But the fact that you're able to move around in this big open space out here, it's pretty cool. I like it. Okay, I think this is the last soul here. Back to Karen. Now, can I just like teleport back? Because that took a really long time. Talking to Karen. Have your obols. Let's do it. Now I'll begrudgingly throw you to Raziel Citadel whenever you wish. Prepare for a fight. Yeah, I'll just try it with what I got. I just brought some food. I have my weapon equipped. Oh yeah, this looks great. I think you can see this in the distance in level 8,462. Too late to stop me raising my army, or too early to defeat me. Your sense of timing needs improvement. Harold didn't tell you what's going on, just his style. Yeah, this place looks great. I like the organ and the library. How many have you doomed? Suppose when one has such abundance of life, thanks to Harold's meddling, it somewhat loses its luster. That's kind of interesting. You get resurrected over and over. You're ready to defeat my pet. Prove yourself worthy enough for me to be the one to end your sorry existence. Okay. I don't think this is the real boss fight. Okay, so he does... I have protect from necromancy. Let's see what I have to do here. Let's just assume that I need to warp out of the way of that. Pretty well signposted, it looks like. Oh, he's got ads. Okay. Really appreciate that immune text. That would be great in old school, instead of just showing you hitting zeros. Be better at seeing that and dodging it. I guess in the future I can okay, it turns off your protection prayers. That's cool. When he starts to do that animation, I should just hit Surge, and then I don't have to run constantly. These animations are really cool. Very sight-readable fight. Not very complicated, but that's fine. Oh, ads again. That's appropriate that he has ads too. I wonder if he only does that attack during the surge cooldown, or it would be frustrating if they designed the fight assuming that you have the reduced cooldown on surge. I didn't have it there, but it wasn't that too bad to dodge. That was a relatively straightforward fight. Speak to Raziel. One cannot defeat war simply with more violence. What? He's an interesting character. Orcus, History of Necromancy. Approach the Necrolords of Demonheim. I shall give him a stay of execution. Okay, nice. Talk to Karen. Managed to beat Hermod. It just regenerated. Get stronger, find more allies, keep trying. We should train more against Hermod. Whenever you're ready to face Raziel, I'll be happy to ferry you back. Well, not happy, but willing. Okay, sweet. Oh, 45,000 Necromancy XP lamp. So next up is Spirit of War, which is also just sort of an introduction to a repeatable boss fight, more so than a quest. There's a lady named Karen, K-H-A-R-E-N, and she says that she'll ferry you over to Raziel's fortress in exchange for some obols, and you're like, oh, okay, Karen, I get it. There's a game called Forgotten City that does the same joke with the name Karen. But they give you a short little sequence where you have to ride around on a boat and find lost souls to get their obols. And then after that, you get ferried to Raziel's fortress, which presumably is where you also fight Raziel when you get to much higher necromancy levels. But here you get into his fortress, and he's like, you're here too early, you're only level 70, there's no way you can beat me. Here, fight my lieutenant instead. He summons Hermod, which is a repeatable boss fight that you have to fight like a couple hundred times to get all the equipment that you need to level up your necromancy gear. It's an extremely straightforward fight. He has a heavily telegraphed big slam attack that you need to surge out of the way of. And then he spawns some skeleton warrior ads that make him immune until they die, so you have to kill the ads when they spawn, but it's pretty brainless. That's all there is to Spirit of War. I'm actually going to go straight into the outro here. And that concludes the episode. Already level 70 Necromancy. I'm going to start next episode with getting my tier 70 augmentable gear for Necro. In future episodes, you can expect to see me continue to go extremely hard on Necro, including making all of my tier 80 and tier 90 gear. The next RS3 episode will be 2 weeks from today. Next week is going to be a Bonfire Man episode, so we'll see you then with more Necro stuff. Catch you later. Bye.